Good evening, children. Today we will discuss The Merchant of Venice, which is our chapter 2 in your book, class 7, in your English Ferry book. Okay, so as we had started discussing in the class, uh, this is a uh, this is actually a drama written by William Shakespeare about 400 years from now. And this was an immensely popular drama. This is actually a comedy, though some people have different opinions whether Merchant of Venice is a comedy or tragedy. But there are certain free jokes, there are a lot of jokes and comic reliefs in the drama which make people conclude that it is a comedy, also that it has a happy ending, which indicates that it is a comedy. So Merchant of Venice is a comedy by William Shakespeare. The present excerpt which has been provided in the book is an abridged version of the prose form of this comedy, which is written by Charles and Mary Lamb. Now, this is actually a drama, and Charles and Mary Lamb have converted into a prose form, and it's actually a story, and this book has adapted a portion of that. Okay, so I have please refer to the list of characters that I've already sent, and you would know that the main characters of the story are Shylock, a very hard-hearted moneylender who lived in Venice. Then we have Antonio, a merchant of Venice. He's a very good person. He lent money to uh, everyone who needed money, and he never charged any interest. So Antonio was completely opposite to that of Shylock. Shylock used to undertake any kind of what should I say, hard means to get his money back. Like he would torture the people who have taken money from him and get his money back, including the interest. But Antonio never used to do that. And because of this behavior of Shylock's, Antonio used to criticize him openly in public and also used to abuse him in public. Of course, Shylock did not like Antonio for obvious reasons, and he was biding his time to take revenge on Antonio. Now, another character we have here is Bassanio. Bassanio is a friend to Antonio, and he's a person who used to be a very rich man because he inherited a lot of wealth from his father and forefathers, but he is used to a very lavish lifestyle and he spent most of the money that he inherited, and now he's almost at the end of his fortune. He doesn't have a lot of money. Okay, so then another character we have is Gratiano. Gratiano is a friend of Bassanio. Then we have Portia. She's a lady, and she's a rich heiress from Belmont. Belmont is a place near Venice, and she has recently inherited all her father's property because of the death of her father. And so now she's a very rich woman, and Bassanio is in love with Portia. There are two reasons why Bassanio loves Portia. One, because he likes her very much. She's intelligent, smart, pretty. Second reason is, if Bassanio marries Portia, then some of his fortune will be it will come back to him. He will get all the wealth of Portia and he will become rich again. So that's why he wants to marry Portia. The next character we have is Nerissa. Nerissa is a companion to Portia. She's a hired companion, but she's a very loyal one. And then we have minor characters like Messenger, who brings in messages, and the Duke of Venice, who is to be the judge of in this story. Okay, so I will give you a brief description of the story. You have to read it thoroughly and get the idea in a better way. So what happens is Bassanio, as I told you, is in love with Portia, a rich heiress, and he plans to marry her. But no rich lady would pay attention to a person who doesn't have any wealth of his own. He's a poor man. So he goes to Antonio and asks him to lend him some money so that he can furnish himself suitably. This phrase means he would make himself look good. Maybe he would buy good clothes and uh, go in a car to impress Portia. So for that he needed 3,000 ducats, which he asks Antonio to give to him as a loan. But Antonio, though he's a very good friend to Bassanio, he wanted to give him the money, but he did not have so much of money with him at that moment. But he said that he was soon expecting some of his ships to come back with a lot of merchandise, which would fetch him a lot of money. Then he would be able to give it to him. But Bassanio wanted that immediately, wanted the money immediately. So Antonio decides to go to Shylock, his enemy, to borrow that money. So as you can see in the second part, they go to Shylock to borrow the money. Now Shylock does not like Antonio, so he was waiting for a chance to take revenge upon Antonio for insulting him. So he said, okay, I would give you the money, but there is a condition. You'll have to sign a bond with me, a friendly sort of bond. Bond is an agreement. So Shylock makes a bond and asks Antonio to sign on it. The bond says that if by a particular day Antonio fails to repay those 3,000 ducats, Shylock would be free to cut off 1 pound of flesh from any part of Antonio's body as he liked. It's a very weird kind of bond. It cannot be true, Antonio thought. But Shylock said, it's just a friendly sort of thing, it's just for fun. So Antonio signs the bond. You can see how much he loves Bassanio, so that he lends him, asks Shylock to lend him the money, and he also signs a difficult bond, which would, if suppose he fails to pay, he would probably die if Shylock cuts off 1 pound of flesh from his body. But Antonio agrees to sign the bond because he cares for Bassanio a lot. So he gets the money and gives it to Bassanio, and Bassanio goes to Venice, goes to Belmont to marry this lady called Portia. So I would ask you to read up to this much and understand it properly, so that we go into the later part of the discussion in the next video. So please go through it well and do let me know if you have doubt in any of this. Thank you.